Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of the Creature Conference. Sorry we're starting a little bit late. The fifth member has struck again in the form of just... Oh, crap, what have I done? Of different people having different things going on right now. Oh, look, Darth Bob's in the chat. Darth Bob is also here online with us. Want to say
Hey
hi,
guys,
Darth Bob?
how's it going, everyone?
Thanks for joining us. And Darth Bob has agreed to join us tonight for a couple of reasons. First of all, the mighty Moloch will not be able to join us.
Alas.
He's having a bit of a rough work week. So we're like, that's cool, man. We'll catch you next time.
Mm.
But more importantly, this is the first stream of Nidvember. And this Nidvember, I'm going to be working on a very special project that I'm doing for Darth Bob. So I figured it was a good, good chance. I'm glad you were available, man, to make it.
Yeah, so am I. It's been a lot of I totally sympathize with the heavy work schedule because that's been my life for a couple months now. So,
Oh, geez.
but
Yeah, I got
it's
a bit
been
of it.
good.
I got a bit of it at my workplace as well.
Yeah, it's just been been fine. It's just been very busy.
Yeah.
Been traveling a lot. So,
Oh, that's especially tiring if you're traveling a lot.
yeah. I'm going to not next week, but I'm week after I'm going to be in San Antonio, and then I was in Ohio a couple weeks ago, and I was in Oregon before that. So yeah, it's been a lot of travel.
And
But
assuming this is not travel for fun, this is travel for work.
yeah, this is work travel. Although it is cool because usually it's multi-week stuff, so on the weekends you get to explore an area you've
Oh, wicked.
never
Awesome.
been in before.
I once had a trip to St. Louis for work, and I'd never been. And I was like, I'm in St. Louis. I should go see that arch thing. And I walked around downtown St. Louis, and I think it was on a Saturday night or something.
Mm.
And that was my first experience with the fact that I don't know if this is a lot of American cities, but the city was just dead. There was no one in the downtown core, and it was really weird.
So I haven't been to a ton of big cities in the U.S. I live near Baltimore and DC, and I've
Yeah.
been to New York a couple times, and I've been
Yeah.
to New Orleans
Yep.
and Seattle, LA. They're all pretty jam-packed, but yeah, I can't speak for St. Louis and stuff.
That sounds like the big five to me. It could have been that it was a weekday night and not a weekend. I don't know.
Mm.
It's just weirdly dead.
Right.
Anyway, yeah. So some people are asking. I'm actually finishing my lunch right now, a very belated lunch because aforementioned busy week. So I've got something pretty up on the screen, and like I said, I'm going to be working on something this Nidvember for Darth Bob. So this is the thing, Darth Bob. Do you want to explain to people what we're looking at and where it came from?
Yeah, so this is kind of a idea that spawned from good old Mr. Pink here's rendition of the new Hell. I saw his fantastic version of Hell and was like, I want one. That is amazing. But I kind of had my own sort of concept for it. A lot of my Tyranids and um, my Gene Stealer cult kind of draw from a lot of Christian religious mythology. And
Yeah.
so I always thought that a really cool concept would be a Tyranid based on the Great Red Dragon from the Book of Revelation. So the idea was, the line in the Book of Revelation about, a dragon with 7 heads and 10 horns upon its head and the crowns on its head. But, obviously not doing a giant multi-headed, Tyranid would probably look a little busy, a little silly. So the idea was just this giant beast that's kind of a oh shit button for the Hive Fleet, and it goes onto the planet and it consumes biomass with these massive ripper tendrils that come out of its chest, and it grows and grows and becomes this kind of apocalyptic beast that just wipes out an entire planetary population when the Hive Fleet has absolutely nothing nothing left to give.
Nice.
So kind of just like a Tyranid apocalypse monster.
Yeah. I like the growing part. I feel like I forgot that part when we were talking about it. It kind of reminds me of the old school fluff for the Doom of Malantine, where like as it killed stuff, it got more wounds, and it kind of like
Yeah.
got bigger.
Yeah, it's kind of a difficult thing, I guess, to portray on a model, but like conceptually, that's what I imagine it's
You
capable
say
of
that,
doing.
but as you were describing it, I'm like, man, it would be really cool to make like the infantile state of it to go with the big one
Uh-oh.
and show how it's like grown.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Yeah, well, let's start with the big one and see what happens.
But so
Yeah,
yeah,
so-
we got if you want to explain the part with Roberta, because you kind of coordinated that.
Sure, as I just finished my lunch, it's perfect timing. Thanks for that. Yeah, so anyone who's hung around me at all knows that I have got an unhealthy obsession with the concept art of Roberto Cirillo, which I feel like for good reason, because he's done some of the coolest Tyranid concept art that, for me, deviated from what we already saw in Tyranid designs. Just enough that it was still recognizably Tyranid, but it left room for more new ideas. Yeah, so he's done, like, what we got here? Dude's done all kinds of stuff. Like, he's done, like, hive ships. He's done, what else we got? More Mycetic Spory looking hive ships. Like,
I haven't seen those before.
oh
Those
yeah,
are cool.
these are. He's like, yeah, these are all shared. I'm like, dude, these were not shared.
Yeah, I've never seen those before.
So
I've
I gotta
seen
take
those.
some proper pictures of those. So yeah, like these are the ones that came out. So he's got like Zoanthrope concepts, and like we got some of this. Like we got a Ripper that shoots guns, but we don't have a Ripper that shoots guns that looks like this.
Yeah, I mean, I think if the model actually looked like that, there would be less people on social media asking what the heck this is.
Yeah, and also, well, then there'd be more people on social media asking to get their gun rippers off other people because this is really friggin' cool.
Yep.
And then like this is
Yeah,
kind of
I
like our
love
current
that.
Zoanthropes, but it's different.
I love that it looks like it's in a chair.
Yeah, this is another one that I hadn't seen before, but this was a concept for the Hive, the Tyrant Guard, and this is like, oh, do you know much about dinosaurs? What's that dinosaur with the
Oh,
sailback?
Spinosaurus
Is that what it is? With the sail?
or the yeah,
Isn't
well,
it
there's a couple
Diplo,
of them.
Dymo, Diplo? I don't know.
Oh, Dimetrodon. Although that's technically not a dinosaur; it's a reptile.
Oh shit. Okay, well, this kind of borrows from that with this kind of crazy idea that like the shield that's protecting the tyrant, like it has it on its arms, but it also deploys this thing on its back, and he's got like the
Love
drawing.
that spine. That is so cool.
Yeah, like down to like here's an armor plate, and this is how like the different pieces would slot together. Like he thinks of everything, and then there's like a
Man,
an
why
arm.
can't the freaking Tyrant Guard models look like that?
I don't know. This is my favorite bone sword of all time, which I made for a prime one time.
Oh, that is very cool. I like how it looks like. Oh, you mean the other one? I also like
Oh.
the clawy one.
Yeah, the claw one's
The
pretty
clawy
cool.
one's very
I really
cool.
like the dual one. I don't know why. So that's my jam. Oh, here's the Lictor sighting talons that I'm trying to rip off right now for the Lictors I'm working on. And then some Broodlord heads. Some
Good old
upside down
Broodlord.
awesome Broodlords. I love this guy on the right here. And oh yeah, and then I have the stuff that he did for Warp Shadow recently. Like this one we posted in pieces, but we didn't post it all together.
Oh yeah, that one was cool. I really enjoyed that art piece.
And then he did a bunch of ones that are kind of like the Harrispecs blended with a Carnifex something. Hello, is that Flynn?
Hello. Yes.
Hey, buddy, good to see you.
Hey, Flynn,
Yeah.
what's going on?
I think it's because have you guys had daylight savings time?
Oh
Update.
shit, it's that thing. Okay, so
yes.
oh crap, we get you guys updated a week before we do.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to pay attention to this, and I was supposed to be aware that this was happening, but I did not. So is this earlier than normal for you?
Yeah, it's an hour earlier, so I was a bit. I
Crap.
was going through my normal routine and was like, wait, why am I getting a notification saying the stream started?
Whoops. So that's why it's important that it's Eastern Daylight Time and not everyone else's daylight time. Okay. Well that will explain some stuff. That's probably why Hydra's
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? Why are we doing this now? Oh,
Oh,
that'll
there he
explain why
is.
no one's here but us North Americans.
It was lucky I was just about to jump in the shower.
Well, you could do like we're chatting about the Red Dragon. So if you want to jump in the shower, you go right ahead.
Oh no, I've already pulled my beer.
Oh damn. Well,
Oh no, yeah, there's no going back then.
so yeah, that was just a run through Roberto stuff. I love Roberto's stuff. And yeah, I contacted him about buying some art from him before, and I'd contacted him about doing some art for Warp Shadow. So yeah, I'd been emailing with him, and then when this idea came together and Shane and I were talking about it, I was obsessed with Roberto. So I'm like, wouldn't it be cool to see talk to Roberto about this and see if he could do like a concept sketch for us? And to be clear, we paid the man, but yeah, he worked up some preliminary stuff. So this is the final sketch that he came up with, and
I think the main takeaway I got from having Roberto do a concept was it made it not just a riff off of Hell, it made it its own unique monstrosity, and it looks so freaking cool.
Yes, and I completely agree. So this is the other final concept. I just keep them in here because these ones I'm sending to you, and I don't want them to get messed up. I don't have them both out, but yeah, you can see he's got like an overhead view, like side profile view. He's got this crazy idea we had that like the tail doesn't go off the pelvis; it's like an extension of the spine, which to me helped with like the whole like top heavy look of the creature.
Right.
I don't know. I just like if you put a tail like sticking out here, I feel like it would mess up the balance.
I agree.
Hello?
Hello. So Simon, sorry for doing this an hour early. We didn't change our clocks yet. Did you guys change your clocks?
Seriously?
Yeah. Are you wondering why the hell we're calling you earlier than normal?
Yeah?
Yeah, Flynn just noted this. So North America, United States decided that they were going to change their daylight savings time date and make it a week later than the rest of the world because that's how they roll. So we're doing ours this weekend. We haven't done it yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
In spring ahead of us.
Something like that. So
I've given up. I'm 28 years old and I've given up trying to keep track of it.
I just know the fall one is the good one where I get more sleep, and then the spring one is the annoying one where I lose sleep.
Yep, that's how I remember it too.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay.
So yeah, if you need to, if you have any stuff you need to do, please go ahead and do it. But I guess
I'm a little bit surprised, and I need to sort my things out because I was assuming that. Yeah, whatever. You just see me sorting out my stuff.
Well, that's fine. We're just talking shit right now anyway. We're going over the Red Dragon stuff.
Nice.
And then yeah, so once you're ready, just let me know and we'll take it from there. Oh, I have your video. Okay, good. We'll pop this out. And then
I still can't believe he did individual drawings for all these heads.
Yeah, dude's a bit of a legend. So yeah, we're talking about
it's crazy.
I think we gave him the brief that Shane had from the Book of Revelations or whatever about like the dragon with like this many horns on its head and everything. So we tried to I think we briefed him on like making it look like a crown or something like that.
Yeah, like a crown-ish kind of structure on the main head.
Yeah, well, that's the last of that. So yeah,
he did a bunch of different concepts.
Yes, it was pretty fun. And then some different options for the tail, like for the claws, for the kind of horn protrusions on its back.
Yeah, because in the quote from the Book of Revelation, it says that the dragon's tail swept a third of the stars from the sky, tossing them to the earth. So the idea I had was that the tail would have some kind of grabby, clawy kind of protrusion on it.
Yeah, I love it.
Gives the tail another purpose.
Yeah. And then Darth Bob mentioned that it's gonna have, they're not depicted here, but it's supposed to have, is it 7 heads?
Yes.
Yeah, so
it was 6 in the chest and then the main head.
Yeah, so like we've got the main head, and then these these circles in the chest here are meant to be like Ripper tentacles, that like shoot out and they have Ripper heads on them. And then our initial idea was to have like a secondary weapon symbiote maw thing in the chest eating DNA. But did we decide against that? Did we
I
say
think we did, because I don't
Okay.
think the final concept had it, because we thought it
No,
would make it a little bit too.
a little busy, especially with those tentacles
Yeah.
coming out?
hmm
Yeah. So here's the big chonkin final deal, which is what I'm trying to make with
Yes, he's a big heckin' chonker.
various bits of primarily Turbigon. Oh no, actually this is like half Harpy, half Turbigon. But yeah, so that's my focus for Nidvember, along with some other Tyranid projects I have on the side. There we go. And yeah, let's get to it then. And I'll bring Hydra's video in here. I know you said you were traveling, Darth Bob, but like, do you have much time for hobby this month? Are you planning any Nidvember stuff?
So I kind of feel obligated to do some hobby stuff this month because it is November.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and work on. I'm hoping I can at least finish the modeling sculpting of the Talent Horror, because I putting off that
Oh,
project for so long.
yeah.
I started it last. Well, I didn't start it last, but I got the most work I've gotten done on it in a while last November. So I'm hoping I can get it done this November.
Right.
That's a long project.
Yes, yes, it is a
Hey,
very. It is
dude.
all my projects are long projects.
I feel you. I have this well, hell, I started last November and I haven't really done anything with her since.
I know what I pretty much know what happens when I leave projects that long alone.
Yeah.
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 They die a
they don't
horrible,
happen.
lonely death.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. There's a lot of lonely deaths sitting in my hobby desk.
Yeah. Ooh, I got the sweet spot up there.
Yeah, I got your video in here. Flynn, did you go shower? Are you still with us?
I'm still with you.
Oh, good.
I just had to drink the beer.
Oh, good. Did you, so as it's
Yes, I
November.
have them ready.
Oh, great. I was going to say, did you want to share some Nidvember posts with us that have gone up this week? Just some stuff that you thought was cool. And then yeah.
Some of them I just need to make sure I get the biggest image I can for it. So just give me 2 seconds.
Sure.
Because I've got all
Use
the
my
ones I want.
screen while I rush off to get something to drink because I am unprepared. Those stupid North Americans,
Don't
right?
worry, we caught you with your pants down. It's our fault.
I didn't pull them up by now.
I guess I can say hi to all the peeps in the chat. Thanks for being here, friends. Yeah, so we did the rundown on the Red Dragon. We are going to talk about Nidvember, but we also need to talk about that rumor engine thing that may or may not be a Tyranid, because that was
I would say no, personally.
Oh, hold on. Let's wait till we get to that portion, because I know everyone is dying to hear everyone's ideas on it. But it's not just like, and that's the thing. Like, I posted about it, and I was like, "Oh, is this a Tyranid? Is this a Tyranid?" And so many people are like, "No, it's not a Tyranid." And so many people are like, "No, it's a Space Marine." And then
It's a space marine.
oh god, I'm so tired of that.
It's a mantis
I'm
warrior.
so tired of that. Oh, it's on a primary sergeant's base. I'm like, I'm gonna start blocking people. I'm so tired of that joke. But yeah, like, and yeah, sure. But for me, the interesting part, we've done this before, is talking about if it's a Tyranid or if it's not a Tyranid, and why it's a Tyranid or why it's not a Tyranid, that kind of thing. Because I don't know, I think that's interesting. Just like kind of examining, taking what we know about Tyranid design, trying to apply it to the picture, and see what we think.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah. So yes, welcome everyone in the chat. We've got Johnny Van Cleef. Oh, Johnny Uptown. Is that Johnny's name on Instagram? I can't really remember. Mama Negan's here. Thanks. Hey, Mama Negan. We got Ramon Marty Gonzalez. I believe Ramon's been here before. Brett, good old Brett, rocking them chaos spawns. Got good old Eric Christensen, who otherwise known as Metal Beardface, I believe. And we got Tom Wilson. Wait, who else we got? We got some other folks in here. Bargaste is here. Of course, Bargaste knows everything about everything. Atelier's like, who made those illustrations? Bargaste is like, it's clearly Roberto Cirillo. Diana is here. How do? Welcome, Diana.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers. I'm drinking tea because we're having friends over tonight.
Ooh.
Boo.
Might get civilized later. Let's see.
Okay. Enough dirty laugh.
I like that someone commented a new accent enters the stream for Darth Bob's accent.
So wait, are you hailing from, Bob?
I'm in the good old U.S. of A. I'm in Maryland.
Ah,
So
okay.
kind of in the tri-state area between Virginia, Maryland, and D.C. So I'm like about an hour outside of Washington, D.C.
I feel like a lot of hobbyists are in that similar area. Like I know Ironbeak is kind of in that general vicinity. And then I think that 2/3 of the Brothers Wire from Between the Bolter and Me are around there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's a good place for hobbyists.
Yeah, it's a great area in general. There's a lot of work and there's a lot of stuff to do, and it's kind of like near a lot of stuff. Like a lot of stuff's in driving distance. Like New York City's only like 4.5, 5 hours away.
Well, that's not bad.
So it's and there's a lot of beaches and yeah, it's a nice area. I've lived here all my life.
Were you
so.
the one who told me that Maryland is supposed to be like a micro version of the United States? Or is that
Yeah, they call it America in miniature because it's kind of a microcosm of all of America. We've got a little bit of everything except deserts.
When you say 4 to 5 hours drive to New York, to me that is just mental because 4 to 5 hours drive could be from one end of the country to the other.
Okay, come on. You're not going to get from one end of the UK to the other in 4 to 5 hours. Trust me, I've done it. I've driven from like the Midlands.
Maybe if you're driving like a maniac
to like the Lake District, and like that's 4 to 5 hours. Just driving the lakes.
If I would drive 5 hours west,
left, right.
no east, I would end up in Berlin, and that's pretty much the end of the country to the east, and I'm in the very west.
Flynn, do I have to
part of that 5 hours too with New York is the traffic.
Oh right.
once you get to like New Jersey, the traffic like just becomes like horrible, like horrendous traffic. But
Okay.
I once drove to New York to pick up a German. I'm not doing it again.
What? What?
I said I once drove to New York to pick up a German.
Yeah, well, if I ever would fly back to
I'll find you.
New
I'll
York.
get you here, no problem. But driving to New York was a lot.
Oh, Will K says he's in Virginia.
Oh, Will K. Oh, that's Tactical D-Bag. Welcome, Tactical D-Bag.
Oh, screens, there we go.
Brett Evans, if I drive 4 to 5 hours, I would still be in the same state. I'm guessing you're in either Cali or Texas.
I thought Brett Evans
maybe
might be
Alaska.
I thought he might be in Australia, but maybe I'm wrong.
Okay.
I can't remember. Flynn, do I need to accept like a thing from you to share your screen, or?
I think so.
Just turn down the volume because I had a horrible echo.
You have a horrible echo?
I had.
Okay.
Because I started watching the stream from Flynn and I had an echo.
Why can't I see the thing from Flynn? It's not giving me a warning. Are you sharing it in this chat, or are you sharing it in the other creature conference thing?
The November 5th one, the one we're all on.
Why the heck do I not see it?
Why is it? All right, let me turn it off. Turn it
Oh
back on.
wait! I have shown on. No.
Just turned it off. Wait, no, back. screens.
Because I wasn't
Screen
showing
one.
you because you were non-video.
Go
But...
live.
Oh, I got a
Dear
thing.
Brett
I got a thing.
Evans,
Because it should be on the far left.
I got a thing.
dear Brett Evans, Brett Evans says we're about the same size as the US, but we only have 7 states. Yes, I would assume that makes things a lot easier
Yeah, that makes sense.
and more efficient.
Well, I feel like Canada's kind of the same size as the US, and we have 12.
I can see it's loading up.
We have 50, and like a couple of them, I in my personal opinion, and I'm sure people who live in these states would disagree. They're like so small that like I don't even know why they exist. You should just roll them into some of the
Talking about,
like
talking about
states next to
Delaware,
them.
Rhode
Or, like,
Island.
Well, Delaware's decent size. I'm talking more like Rhode Island. Like
Okay.
Rhode Island's like the size of like a quarter of Maryland.
Okay, here I come in with almost no idea about. Well, I've been to the US and I could find a few states on the map, but most of them, like Rhode Island, I always thought that was an island.
Oh yeah, is it not? I don't actually.
No, it's not.
Oh great, okay. Flynn, I don't know why you think.
Okay, I'm not dumb alone. Thank you, Nick.
No, dude, you're not dumb alone. I can show you where New York is, and California is, and Texas is, and maybe shit, is it Oregon? I think. Well, it's like
Okay,
Oregon and
other states.
Washington State, and they're like the same. And sometimes I'm like, Portland's a city, right? Not a state.
Yes.
Florida, I can tell you where Florida is. That one's easy.
No one forgets Florida.
I've been to New Hampshire and Vermont, so I know that they tessellate. I don't know. Flynn, I don't know what's going on here. Your stream currently... Whoa.
Nice.
I got like a warning.
His stream is off for me too.
There was like some kind of warning, but I clicked on it and then it went away. What the fuck? Flynn, are you still there?
Nope, he's not.
No.
Oh, crap. Well, this
Maybe
is
he's
going
trying
well.
to fix something.
Hey, so how about that 5th member of the Creature Conference?
Woohoo! So I'm a bit stuck here. Not really stuck, but
Tell us more.
I'm having a hard time to decide what to spend my energy on this NID member,
Yeah.
because I have this warrior I want to build, and on the other side I have like Kit Bash Ember,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is totally rocking my boat because it, gives me finally the opportunity to flesh out my Gene Stealer cult.
I was going to
And,
say, Mama Negan was very kind to make sure that Kit Bash Ember could work with Nidvember. Oh, it works. Flynn, we got it.
Yeah, sorry, I think my Discord just crashed.
Yeah, we lost
After
you. Sorry
sharing.
about
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
that. Hold on, I'll
That's
make this
cool.
big.
I'd go big for the first one.
Ha ha ha! Go big. I get it.
Go big or go home.
Okay. How are we gonna do this? I think I should make that bigger. Okay, that's good. All right, take it away.
So first up, we've got Thrifty Squirrel with their very own Harridan, which, if you've been able to keep an eye, see the progression on it, it's amazing. Just if you look at the size. So
Oh,
I
that's a
think
good
they
shot.
started with a Trigon's body
Yep.
and then just built it out from there.
Yep.
That's impressive.
The wings are the bit I just absolutely love. I think. So
Yeah,
This
wow,
is
the
one of
wings
the
are
other-
really cool.
oh wait, I'm doing the wrong way. There we go. So the full body shot.
See,
and
those wings actually look like they have motion in them. Like they're not
Yeah.
just like flat, kind of like they look like they're mid-flap,
Mm-hmm.
which I like.
It's also just the way the head is done, the elongating of it. There's the size of the actual guns as well look like it can actually do some damage.
Oh my god, I didn't quite realize how big those guns were. I think I was distracted by the wings. They're huge.
Just bear in mind that you've got the other gun right behind it. It's making it look a little bit bigger.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. I am seeing it pretty small on my screen.
Yeah. There you go.
But yeah, that's and like people always say to me, they're like, "Why do you bother kit bashing? Why don't you just sculpt the stuff from scratch?" It's like because sculpting from scratch is really hard and like very frustrating and like unforgiving, and you can like screw up scale and all that. So the stuff that Thrifty Squirrel does, it's insane. Like just
Yep.
It's very
categorically
impressive.
nuts.
The detail on the wings as well. I think he got some tip from, was it non-stat?
I
Oh,
think
yeah,
that storyboard
non-standard
guy.
template concept.
It's either that or it's
Sorry, non-standard template construct.
he also did the. It's the other. There's another one. I can't remember his name on the top of my head, but
You mean that storyboard guy?
that's the one. Yeah,
Oh yes.
I
Yes.
think one
I
of them
love
gave
this work.
tips. Oh yeah,
Yeah, that he should use like some sort of mesh to sculpt over.
exactly. Yeah.
Oh wait,
That
how
was
come
highly interesting.
it's prompting me to watch your stream again? Did you end it?
No, I'm
Nope.
still going.
Okay, you're back now.
I'm just trying to find where, because I know it's on his page. He's actually got the picture of them.
Can't have you both up. That's annoying. Okay, whatever. Sorry, Hydra. It's the Flynn show right
Where
now.
is it?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find the, because it was a while ago, but yeah, he's okay. This is an old one, and I've also noticed that Thrifty puts some of his creations up for sale on eBay as well. So if you ever want to grab one of them,
Oh,
just keep an eye out. So I know he sold a few of his Dimmacarons as well. He also posts them in some of the Facebook sale groups.
Oh, that's smart because people want I call them Dimacarons. I don't know if that's true. Everyone
it's-
wants a Karen right now because apparently they're powerful.
Karen's the shit.
I can't find it, and I'm not going to spend too much time.
No, don't
looking
worry about it.
when
Don't
at the
worry about
rush.
Yeah.
But
Thanks for looking.
next up, Panic the Anchorite, I believe
Oh,
it
I
is.
love that dude.
Yeah, he does great stuff.
I was thinking of trying to do one myself, and now I've just got perfect inspiration for it.
Oh wow. Oh man,
yeah.
that is so cool.
So there's something with the mouth on that that's very different from the. I haven't taken the model myself and looked at it, but is it that he's like hinged the jaw forward a bit, the upper jaw or something? It just looks so much better than the normal mouth.
It looks bigger. It's almost like it's got a like bigger jaw. I'm trying to
Maybe
place
that's it.
where that jaw is from.
Hmm.
The same mouth. It is the same mouth.
It's the same mouth?
It is.
Yeah,
Oh.
but it's because
Really?
he's cut it out. He's put a tongue into it, and because normally got your hand, the hand goes up for the whole like doing this, trying to do the Professor Xavier thing.
Mhm.
Right, which I'm not crazy about, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
looks
it's a
dumb.
little...
So it's the whole repositioning of the arms, everything for it. I just love it.
Yeah, everything about that is just great. It's so creepy and kind of like... It kind of reminds me of Pumpkinhead. You ever saw
Oh,
that
yeah.
John Carpenter movie?
yes, that's a really good observation. You know who's crazy about Pumpkinhead? Doesn't Marco have like a Pumpkinhead sculpture or something? I thought he was nuts.
I
about
remember that
Pumpkinhead.
he went crazy when we saw one of those in Nottingham. We went there the first time.
Oh, okay.
And I think he bought one of those. Yeah.
Marco bought a big monster thing? Shocking. We call him Captain Money Trousers, Uncle Money Trousers for a reason.
Ah, that's right.
That's probably one of my favorite versions of that, like conversions of that model I've seen. That's really cool. I love the jaw. The jaw makes it, I think, and the pose, honestly.
Yes.
What I like most about the thing is are the shoulders.
Yeah?
Yeah, the shoulders are really cool too. That's always kind of been one of my major complaints about the Tyranid model design is the arms, the way they fit into the sockets always kind of looked like tacked on a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one point, and it's sadly one of the joints that doesn't really make sense
Mhm.
because all the other joints are flexible by that tube-like structure,
Mhm.
and it almost like if you look at the underarm, it has a start and it has an end, and like almost an armor plate around the lower arm, and the upper arm starts the same way at the start of the joint, and it looks like a stiff material, like a carapace, and the way it connects to the body should would be stiff in a way.
Yeah.
Um, but what I like here about this approach is that it finally adds texture to the otherwise so blank areas
Mhm.
of the Tyranid design, because I know we're not big fans of her, but we talked about it. Like when you look at the Forge World Karen
Yeah.
model, it has structures all over the place. It's not just like a blank flat area,
Yes.
and that makes it interesting to look at.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did say that when we were looking at it that altogether the model doesn't make a lot of sense, but individually the pieces are gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Texture.
It's like
fantastic
Voltron,
rendition
except
of
if
that
all the robots went together to form something that was completely useless.
model.
That's
And we
fun.
plus we also have to give some points to this model because it's killing a space marine.
Yes, as it should be.
Yes.
Well, isn't that model permanently killing a space marine because it's got one in its hand?
Does
One
it?
in the hand. It's got one in the hand here. Let me go back to it.
Couldn't
In
have an
the
open hand. Had to put a
left hand.
space marine head in it.
Yeah. But then you got this one doing the extra one to the Death Watch White Scar.
Oh yeah.
Just that there with this cut in the arm plate. I just really like.
I'm getting a bit of echo on your end, Flynn. I don't know. Is anyone else getting echo?
I'm not getting any.
I'm
Okay.
getting it when I talk, but I don't know where it's coming
Oh,
from.
it's stopped now.
Yeah.
Mm,
Gone
good.
again.
Yeah, I think he's good now.
yeah.
Hmm.
Trying to see if there's any more. Oh yeah, the front on. Like
Had
we
the what
know
on?
the front on.
Oh yeah, that's a good shot.
So,
Yeah. Oh man, upright broodlords. That's how you get me.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
some
Yeah.
people. Who was it? I think it was Plastic Crack
Oh.
Carl was saying how he likes the hunched pose, but he also wanted to do an upright. Or someone was saying, or was it? No, it might have been Panic the what I can't pronounce.
Anchor, right.
Didn't maybe he said that he's like, yeah, like I love the hunched pose because it looks like the Gene Stealer sigil, but I wanted to make it upright, and like I can understand that the hunched pose works as a Gene Stealer sigil, but like when you make that the pose of the model, that means everyone's broodlord is like hunched up, and I don't love that. So this is amazing.
It's such a big. They're so big, but you can't really get a sense of how big they are when they're all hunched like
Yes,
that.
I agree.
Same with the Gene Stealer models too. Like the Gene Stealer models are freaking huge if you stand them upright.
I haven't done that yet,
Yeah.
but I really want to.
I'm having the problem with the cultists. They are so massive
Oh yeah.
compared to, yeah, they're so huge. When I did my Magus Captain dude here,
Yeah.
I tried to fit the bit of the torso with other pieces, and it always looked like he was super massive, like not fat, but like super wide shoulders and very squat at the
Do you
same
want to
time.
show him again, Hydra? I switched the feed over from Flynn's to yours so that people can
Oh,
get a look at what you're
sure.
talking about.
Alright,
Taking
let's
back on what I
see.
said about the jaw, it's actually spare tyrant jaws.
Ah, there you go.
It's in the description. I should have read that first.
Read the description.
They're
Never.
hive tyrant jaws.
Yeah. I'll back it up a bit, Hydra.
Wow.
It's not focusing, but it's better when
This
you
is
back it
making
up.
me want to do this conversion because that's really, really cool. I love how those jaws look.
Like,
Yeah.
I think the Hive Tyrant is a real sleeper Tyranid kit.
It is.
A lot of people build it as a Hive Tyrant, but I feel like not enough people rate it for conversion bits.
Mhm.
And like this is just showing how useful it is. Like the swords are amazing. Like I would much oh, there you go, Hydra, you're good.
Yeah.
Oh man, he's
There
looking
you
great.
can
So
see
is this your Primus? Gene Stealer Primus or
he's my captain.
Okay.
Oh, okay. He's very cool. I like his hat. He has a
Thanks.
nice hat.
Oh, Captain as in like sailor. He looks like a sailor.
Yes. Exactly.
Sailing the high seas.
There you go. So are you doing a nautical themed Gene Stealer cult, Hydra?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, because you had talked about your Carnival one.
Yes, I did back then, but this is the idea approach from a different angle.
Oh, nice.
The other one was quite Slaneshi, and this is more like I actually sort of dreamt about this.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
At the start of this week, yeah, I was not sure if I was going to make anything for Kit Bash Amber and
Yeah.
or what I would do, and I sort of wanted to, and I had a bit of a fever at the start of the week.
Oh, so it was a fever
That-
dream. Best kind.
Yes, yeah, and I it was the phase where you're kind of in between, not really sleeping but not really awake,
Yes. Yeah, I know it well.
and yeah, I had this sort of image of yeah of this cult, and I decided to do that, and because it was finally a theme that I wanted to dive into.
Yeah.
And the basic idea is just really quickly is that there is well, gene stealers are thrown throughout the galaxy either uh, uh, by jumping from planet to planets by aircraft, like
Yep.
they jump on a space hulk.
Yep.
But I also would assume that they are basically just stuffed into a pod and shot through the air,
Yep.
shot through space,
Yep.
until they eventually hit something.
Yep.
And so there's this gene stealer, or maybe two, or maybe three, no one knows, who land on this planet, which is pretty backwater planet
Yep.
with lots of water. And the gene stealer lands in the water, eventually gets fished out by fishermen.
Yep.
And that alone is sort of a small horror movie in my head.
Oh,
where this
yes.
where this dude fishes out something from the ocean, takes it home, everyone stares at it, and what could it be? Blah blah, and then
And then
surprise,
all
it's the
goes
gene
to
stealers.
hell.
Yeah, and then it all goes to hell, and the gene stealer does what the gene stealers do, but in the
Murder.
end, the cult. Yeah, surprise. But in the end, the gene stealer cult could not get big because there are simply not enough people there.
Yeah.
So there's the small town being basically infested.
Yeah.
And
Go Shadow over in Ismouth, 40K.
yes, exactly.
Deep
That was
ones?
my idea to take the idea of the gene stealer cult, which is obviously taken by that story,
Yeah.
back to its origins.
Yep.
That's awesome.
But the problem is that they cannot rise, they cannot thrive because no one's coming by, because just a bunch of fisher people living there
Yeah.
suddenly worshipping the four-armed emperor
So they're like
for no
marooned.
reason. Yeah, and I figured at some sort, and that's sort of a point where I want to dive into, is that some sort of authority comes by
Yeah.
and realizes that there's something wrong, and they find the patriarch and they kill him,
Yeah.
and the magus,
Yeah.
and all the other cultists are left to themselves. They scatter and they hide,
Yeah.
but they don't have a leader anymore.
Yep.
And because well, the authorities think the threat is killed,
Yep.
and those fisher dudes are left to themselves again. But
Yeah.
now without a leader, they are still infested. And I always understood that, like, there's the need of a patriarch and a magus
Yep.
to tell, like, which hybrid needs to mate with which to create the next generation
Yeah.
and eventually get a pure strain back. Like, it shouldn't be that easy to just have, like, yeah, third generation is like suddenly there's another gene stealer. Ta-da! yeah, and so they have never managed to get back to that full strength, and so they're a little bit derelict.
Yep.
All kind of a bit mutated, all kind of you know, gene
Messed
stealers,
up.
but still
Yeah.
basically human.
Yeah.
And yeah, in my I'm not far down the story, but at some point they, of course, they need to get back into contact with the Empire,
Yep.
and they quickly understand that they are not, as they're supposed to be, and so they go back into hiding. Maybe they're even leaving their planet on a stolen ship, something like that, or
Yep.
just a bunch of them. Yeah.
Sounds good.
That's awesome.
Although I feel like there might be some fluff that, like, if left without a pure strain or a patriarch, someone just like magically evolves into one. But I like your fluff better, that they can't just do that. They got to figure it out.
Yeah.
I think if a pure strain, if a pure strain is left over, I think he evolves into the next patriarch.
Yes, but if
But
there
what
isn't a pure
happens
strain,
if that,
maybe like the generations produce one after a while. But I don't know. Okay, so possible suggestion. To be clear, I think the show is terrible, but Netflix released a show called Midnight Mass, and it's
okay.
it's a fucking terrible show. Mostly because it doesn't say anything with 2 lines that it can say with like 10 lines. And you have people just like repeating the same shit over and over again. It's like, yeah, I get this the first time you said it. And it's very like heavily like Catholic influenced and like Catholic guilt. But the story is that some kind of otherworldly creature, well, something arrives at this small fishing village on an island that's completely cut off from the mainland, and you can only get back and forth by ferry. And then this
Wait,
thing
that was my story. I have not seen the show by now.
no, but I'm just saying that, like, you might be interested in watching it, just to like see how they handle it. But don't watch it in English. It's not worth it. Watch it in German, and it's not good. I'm just telling you right now.
It's not good, but
There are
watch it.
moments of coolness in it, but those moments of coolness are framed by way too much dialogue. Like, people just like sit across from each other in a room and just like talk, and I'm like, did you guys shoot this during the pandemic and you couldn't like get out to shoot in locations, so you just brought like 2 actors into a sound studio? Like, there's some cool
What's
shit
the
there.
show called again?
It's called Midnight Mass. It came out recently. It's by the guy who did Haunting of Hill House and The Haunting of Bly Manor. Haunting of Bly Manor,
Oh.
amazing. I would
I
recommend.
loved Haunting of Hill House. I thought that was a fantastic show.
Did you watch Haunting of Bly Manor?
I didn't watch Bly Manor.
So I would say that Hill House is decent but campy. Bly Manor, I think, is like almost a masterpiece. It's very good. It has a lot more
Interesting.
emotional depth to it, I felt. Although there was emotional depth to Hill House. So this is the same guy with his hot wife who he puts in all his shows. And he did this one again with his hot wife. And it's fine. And there's parts of it that are interesting. I don't want to give too much away, but like, it's kind of like wrapping up a monster within, like, hiding it within Christianity. Oh, it's interesting. So it's cool.
An isolated island community experiences miraculous events and frightening omens after the arrival of a charismatic, mysterious young priest. That's
there you go.
That's the
Boom, boom, boom.
synopsis.
Interesting stuff wrapped up in a horrible amount of dialogue. But if you're bored and you really need something to watch, and there are,
You want to be more bored?
I won't tell you what the monster is because it kind of spoils it, but like, I think it'll become pretty apparent pretty quick.
That sounds
It
really
is the
interesting.
devil.
So it's interesting. It's pretty good. Sorry, this is like a huge tangent, and like Flynn's already got the next thing up that he wants to share. But think about seeing it, Simon. And then I wanted to get to one comment that I saw from AJ Arts. I hope AJ Arts is still here, because they posted their comment a long time ago. And they said, "Hey, Mr. Pink, I'm just starting a project for November. Any tips on increasing the size of your parts without having to sculpt everything?" Yes. I am a huge proponent of, do I have examples here? Of doing this, of increasing the size of stuff without having to sculpt new things. And it's all about spacers. All you need to do is, like, just say you got this leg here, right? And just say this leg, you want this leg to be bigger. all you have to do is like cut it on 2 different axes. You cut it here, like between, like to make it longer, and you put a spacer in there, a piece of plastic card or something else to like bulk it out. And then all you have to do is just kind of like sculpt the connecting bits between this part and that part, like to fill the space where you cut it. Like for example, down, that's not a really good example because I'm gonna have to resculpt the leg down here, but you cut it here, you put a spacer in there as big as you want to make it longer this way. But then that's if you just want it longer. But if you also want it to be thicker, you can also cut it along here, like along the central axis, and put in a spacer that way to space it this way. And just by doing that, you can embiggen things without having to sculpt them again. Simon, do you have any ideas? Hello? Did I lose you guys?
No, I hear you.
Oh,
I can't speak for Simon.
Simon, are you still there, man?
He looks like he has abandoned his post.
Oh, maybe he abandoned his
muted.
post. Okay, he'll come back. Flynn, do you have tips for embiggening? You embiggen a lot of stuff. For embiggening stuff? Oh my god, is Flynn gone too?
Pin it.
Oh,
No,
there
I'm
it
still
is.
here.
Oh, there
Sorry,
it
man.
is.
Cut it, put a pin in there, use a fair bit of foil just to fill out the space, and then you're just using putty to smooth over the gaps.
Yes,
That's what
aluminum
I've done a
foil
lot
is your
with
friend.
Giants.
You can't really see it on Hell, but this is all this pink insulation foam inside that I covered with putty. Well, you can see it on the new Hell or the Red Dragon. That I've cut these pieces from a, what is it called? A harpy torso. And then I cut off these rib pieces and kind of reposition them. But the filler in here is all foam. And then I just covered it with epoxy clay to make it harder so that I could like carve it or pin. It's not great for pinning into, but I can still do it. Yeah, so that like space fillers are really good, like in the form of foam or aluminum foil to bulk stuff up. And then like you just put a surface on it. But yeah. Sorry, I just wanted to hit that. Simon, now that you're back, do you have any tips for making Tyranids or other things bigger without having to like completely resculpt them?
I think your approach with spacers is pretty good already. It depends on which model you want to make bigger. If you have, for example, if you want to make, I don't know, a Gaunt bigger, yeah, just use warrior bits. But if you want to make like a Carnifex bigger, you could still grab something from the bigger kits. But I think this the theory reaches its climax pretty quickly when you want to go with really big beefy boys.
Yeah.
So what you want to take, because if you don't want to sculpt, yeah, you have to find the right bit, right?
Yep.
I've seen people use plastic spoons, for example, for carapace. And
Plastic spoons, interesting.
yeah, because they already have that curved shape, and if you cut them into pieces, you can nicely align them angled. But that always would include some sort of gap filling. So I think well, for example, if you want to have more space between, I don't know, the chest and the back or something like that, I think your approach with going with foil is already pretty solid step.
Yeah,
but that would, again, that would always include some sort of sculpting, right?
Yeah, a little bit, but you don't have to like sculpt it all from scratch. Your suggestion of the plastic spoons was good. Another thing people should check out, if you're not following Weirding's Way on Instagram, you need to be following Weirding's Way because he does
like
really
right now.
Yeah,
like go do it right now. Go follow Weirding's
like
Way
he's
immediately.
like one of the originators of like the Ink 28 stuff.
Thank you, Flynn. Yeah, so Weirding's Way does a lot of, I call it trash bashing, but I don't know if that sounds pejorative. Where he takes plastic things like pencils, pens, like dental floss containers, like the kind of stuff that people used to do where they would take like a deodorant container and make a hover tank out of it. He does that, but with random pieces of found plastic. And this is another way to build up shapes without having to do it all from scratch. There is like sculpting on top, but you don't have to like fill the whole thing with, it doesn't have to be a big hunk of putty or something like that. Did I say that Symbio Joe's here? Symbio Joe happened on the scene. Welcome, Symbio Joe. Happy to see you. Peter Hanson's here.
Symbio.
Yep.
Tom Wilson. I don't know if Tom Wilson was here before, but there's some good comments in the chat for you, Simon, about your aquatic gene stealer cult. Do you follow Vox Morbus on Instagram?
I think so, yes.
Because Vox Morbus did a very heavily like Innismouth aquatic themed gene stealer cult as well.
Okay.
And her stuff's pretty cool. And then also Bits of Box did some nautical gene stealer cult stuff as a commission for someone. They did like a nautical patriarch.
Oh, I remember that. That was cool. Didn't he
Yeah.
use like the collar piece from one of the corn hounds or something?
He could well have. Dude is a yeah. The fan piece.
Yeah.
Oh, is this Vox
Yeah,
Morbus?
I love that
yeah.
model.
So Flynn's got Vox Morbus's patriarch up there on the screen, which is really good.
That's nice.
And
Oh,
Vox
that's
like
cool.
she did some really amazing painting on their skin. Like I can't really describe it, but she did an amazing job on like blending like flesh into like there you go into like a bluey green. Like it looks sickly and underwatery and kind of fishy and amazing work.
Yeah,
I
that
really like
inspired
that.
me greatly when I saw that when I painted my my deep ones
Yeah.
for my
good.
Frostgrave thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
What was the other one that was mentioned? The other person?
Box.
Box. Bits of Box.
Oh, yeah, good old Box.
Yeah. He did a little while back. He did
Oh yeah.
an aquatic.
I just found them. Yeah, I just found the model on Instagram. It's so cool. Yeah, he used like I think it was the collar piece from one of the corn hounds, and then he put the lictor tendrils on the face. It's very like
Oh, I thought did he use the octopus?
just looks very
No, he didn't use
mean.
the octopus.
Or no, maybe not lictor. It was
thought
no
it was
the venom throps, the venom throp tendrils.
Oh, okay. Because I thought no, I guess Vox used the octopus from that whatever kit.
Was it?
Oh, I think it was after that, man. More recent than that.
It
It's
was
really
like
old stuff.
Well, you know what?
hold on. I'll see if I can send you a link here.
Yeah, Hydra?
I sort of want to explain myself.
Sorry, go
'cause
ahead.
I know I don't need to, but I want to take a more human approach to that.
Yeah.
I know we all love Grisly monsters.
Yeah.
But
There it
for a
is,
good
right there.
while.
Sorry, Simon.
Sorry?
Go ahead.
I was just saying the picture he's looking for is right there. It's right top right.
One?
Oh,
That
yeah,
one,
there he is.
So you're going less Gribbly space monster, more human?
Yes, that's where I want to go, because I want the monster to be like if there is even a monster, I'm not sure right now.
Yeah.
If it's there, I want it to be like mystified
I like it.
and not like in the plain open, and sort of
Yeah.
getting back to everything's more human, like scaled down weapons, and having a hard time finding those.
Oh.
So everything's like more. I'm still wanting to look like 40k and derelict and everything, but
Yeah.
I also want this whole thing to look a bit more natural, taking
Yep.
inspiration from the Bolt and Me,
Yeah.
because they are scaling down the weapons, and I think it adds so much flavor to the whole thing. And like having a monster with massively big claws, sort of, in my opinion, at least works in the opposite direction.
Makes it less scary.
Yes, because
More
you can
rubber
see it.
suit.
You can sit down and think about how it's working and where it has what and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
It's not scary anymore.
Yeah.
And I want to leave like for myself the option open to see if this gene stealer cult is still human.
Yeah.
Which is perhaps even scarier than if they're monster people.
Yeah. They are different. They know that they're different, but how different they are, they don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Flynn. Do you still have your tabs open? I feel like
Yes.
we're going all over the tangents tonight. Hopefully, people are having a good time. Hopefully, people are enjoying this because
Yeah.
I am.
Me
Achoo!
too.
Oh my god.
Bless
Oh,
you.
Bless you.
Bless you.
So, we've got Craftsman Jono.
Oh, my favorite.
Up next.
I'm gonna say that a lot.
You're gonna be sad, but he's tearing this one apart.
Oh no.
Oh no! Send it to me. I'll give it a good home.
So they are going to be revamping their
Wow.
old unfinished projects.
If it's Craftsman
Ah.
Jono, I have faith.
Yeah.
I just love the fact it's used the Karen tail.
Yeah.
But nothing else, because that's all that's valuable in that kit.
I can't 100% relate to the tearing apart projects that didn't end up working out.
There's so much in this one that I just like. If this is what they say is an unfinished job, and they're going like, no, going to start again. What are they going to come out with to make this even better? Is
I
what
like
I'm
how
looking
that model
forward to.
has like a giant like Turvagon head on one of its arms.
What? Oh, like a
Yeah.
shield?
It's like it's that big shield arm has a Turvagon head at the end of it. Like
oh my
a
god,
big
it
mouth.
does. Creepy. I didn't see that before.
And what I love about this is it doesn't have a face.
Doesn't it? Oh no, it doesn't have eyes.
Yeah, when you look at it from on the first picture, you cannot make out the head.
I
Oh.
kind
It's
of
like-
like that it's almost like you're having trouble like focusing on a specific part. It almost makes it look more alien.
I feel like that's a
Yep.
hallmark of Craftsman Jono. Like when I first saw one of their models, it was the floaty zoanthrope kind of thing, where it's like the head is like another body behind it, and it's got these tentacles below, and it was just like I'm like, what am I even looking at? But it worked.
Yes.
I just love the fleshy pink gross
Yes.
color scheme he
Color
uses. It's
scheme,
just so eerie.
And I think this is what comes to like the visual horror aspect as close as possible. That there is so much going on that you cannot focus on a single thing, and
Yes.
therefore your eye sort of loses track of what's happening, and you start to wonder. Even though you can look at the thing for minutes, you still are going to, well, is this the head or is this? And there's so many lines going up and down and left and right, but it still is great composition.
Yeah.
And that's a shame that's going to be torn apart.
Well, it'll just get even better.
Yeah, I'm sure it's
Yeah.
going to be even creepier and weirder when he's done with it.
I do love, and that's just the moment, just because I do it myself, as I can tell, he's just reused a Carnifex that he's had or he's gotten,
Yeah.
because you've got all the plastic, the grey plastic, and then you've got this bit of the carapace that's red,
Yeah.
and he's just taking the pieces and like, it's just gone the whole way of just like,
A sacrifice for the cause.
I think Jono
Yeah,
was
it's-
here last week, so maybe they'll see this and see that we love their did,
Yeah.
even though it's
It's
being
been
sent back to the reclamation pits.
back to the bar pools.
Oh, I just saw Brett Evans commented, I'm pretty sure I played Necromunda against Vox Morbus's Gene Stealers. Vox Morbus is located in Australia. I know it's a very big place, but maybe you did. I can't remember where she's
Well,
at.
the Australians are known for traveling for a good game.
Yeah, but it's been hard to travel with COVID, from what I hear. In
Oh,
Australia.
that's right.
Mm.
Oh, talking about. Oh, sorry, I don't
Oh,
want
I
to.
heard you guys got nailed. I hear Germany is going crazy for COVID right now. Is that true?
Who?
Did you hear me? I heard Germany has got crazy COVID right now. Or like your cases are going up.
Yeah. Yeah. But who could have guessed? We talked about that last week. The schools, they're masked off in school
Mhm.
now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, who could have guessed?
Certainly not
But-
us last week.
Luckily, my most of my students keep their mask on
Yeah.
voluntarily.
Oh, good. You got the smart ones.
That's
Mhm.
the thing that's annoyed me about schools in America. It's like we can't enforce mask policies, but then they're like, "Oh yeah, women or girls can't wear, revealing tops, which are actually just like tank tops and
Yeah,
stuff."
they
Like
can
you can
enforce
enforce
that.
those
Yeah.
policies that force girls to cover up their bodies, but you can't force them to wear masks, which are, protecting lives.
Hell yeah, America!
Oh no, my
Freedom.
prime minister beats everything right now.
Oh, you mean you're an
Goes-
idiot who should have never been PM?
Yes, the idiot
I'm.
goes to the climate change meetings,
Yeah.
then goes like, "Yeah, we need to cut down on everything." Takes a private plane flight back to London from Glasgow.
He's got to get back to work. He's a busy man.
Yeah, but a plane. Everyone in the whole country's gone like, "You're an idiot on the world stage. You're showing how much more of an idiot you are." He's-
Yeah, he's a special beaver, as my limey ex-girlfriend would say.
Someone I've heard has described it. He's a perfect person who is in the stage of be great to be a prime minister, would great to be after being a prime minister, doing all the dinner chats and everything, but terrible being a prime minister.
Oh, I think he'd be terrible at all that shit. I think he's
No,
just
the
terrible.
the whole conversation, the dinner talks and everything. He'll love all that stuff up and all that money extra he'll get from it.
Oh,
but it's
you
just
mean?
being a prime minister.
Oh, I see what you mean. Like the like. Oh, we're welcoming former prime minister shithead, and he's going
Yeah.
to talk to you tonight. Please pay £1,000 or whatever.
Exactly, those sort of things. So
Speaking
he's brilliant at those.
engagements, right?
Yeah.
He would be really brilliant.
The guy can waffle for anything.
Oh, okay,
Can waffle
gotcha.
about waffles.
Better book him for the WaffleCon.
Uh,
Well, while we are still derailing, I recently heard a very sad news, especially for the Australians.
Uh-oh.
One of my favorite podcasts that was hosted by two Australians. Well, not for 40K, but for Infinity
Is
has.
this white noise?
Yes, that is white noise.
Well, look, I know
that has
things.
gone silent.
No more white noise.
Uh-oh.
No more
Sadness.
white noise.
Is it
And-
official or is it just they haven't posted?
No,
in a while?
they released officially their last episode.
Oh wow,
Oh,
that's
God.
awful.
And this is in two ways very awful, at least to me, because they have been a big inspiration to me. I've been going off and on about like charity thing, blah blah blah, charity thing, blah blah blah, charity, blah blah.
Yeah.
And they were like the major inspiration for me in that direction, because they hosted like so many different charity things.
Yeah.
That was one thing, and the other thing is that what they did, they had a regular short story contest,
Oh, nice.
and there were some voice actors reading those stories, and
Wow.
some professional authors writing those stories,
Wow. Okay.
which created amazing cool stories and content. And I think they managed to once get like a whole show with just short stories.
Yeah.
I'm not into rules anymore. I don't care what new unit shows up or what disappears and what changes in the meta for whatever. I
Yeah.
don't give a fuck. But those stories, man, were amazingly cool. Because
Nice.
they
And they were all
fleshed
set
out so
in
much.
Infinity, like in the Infinity
Yeah.
universe.
Mhm.
They're all set in the Infinity universe, and like take so many different approaches. and I think that was a very cool contest.
Nice.
And because they had at some point they had like a bunch of really good readers and speakers and
Yeah.
voice actors.
Oh, that's
Um,
awesome.
Yeah, and they will keep up their shows. And what they did was they started each show with a short story, so you could start listening to that episode and just listen to the story and just then shut it off.
Yeah.
Mhm. So were
That
they a
was-
pretty big pillar in the Infinity community then?
They were, yes, at least
Oh,
at
that's-
least to me. Like the two main pillars, I would say, at least from what I recall. The first one was Maya Cast, because they have been there forever and they're
Yeah.
apparently there to stay because they are still running.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know, that's a show that's going on for 5-6 years or even
Yeah.
longer. Yeah, and White Noise was one that showed up when I was still active.
Yeah.
Did they specify why they're stopping?
Because they time is a resource.
Yeah.
And although they at some point started to source out things,
Yeah.
like one of them, the dude who is cutting everything, he's cutting everything by himself, and he says, "Well, I have to make a choice. I either cut the podcast or I can have time to play."
Mm.
Yeah.
And yeah, the podcast is affecting my me enjoying actually the hobby. So
Oh,
he sort
gotcha.
of had to make a choice.
Yeah, when your hobby becomes your job, you start to resent the hobby. So I
Mhm.
could totally understand that.
Yeah, I can also totally understand that. It doesn't change that it's awfully sad.
Yeah, it does suck.
Yeah, and again, I'm not still active in the Infinity community anymore. But when I heard that, I felt like, wow, that's a major blow.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, but yeah, my condolences go out to the Infinity community for losing. Yeah, Brad Evans noticed that he has passed 900 followers on Instagram.
Congratulations, man.
Oh, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Shit. I
Now
am.
everyone who's watching this, go and follow Brad Evans, and then he will soon reach 1,000.
There are like 14 people on
Am
the
I
stream,
following
but
Brett
okay.
Evans?
Watch the VOD
Yes.
later.
Later.
Oh, and if you remember, please like and subscribe. Because apparently we're supposed to say that.
And
Is
share.
Is
Share.
Brett Quarantine Miniatures?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, I follow him. I thought I did.
I am making
Wait,
a
what?
fucking
You have
mess.
900 followers? That's not
Nine-
enough people.
No, it's not enough people.
907. We need more.
We need more than
Yes, more.
that. Oh shit. Oh god.
Yeah, he has some creepy little buggers. I love the like television screen Necron.
Oh yeah. Wait, isn't that the
Guy.
fifth member?
That's the 5th member.
Oh yeah, fifth member challenge.
So this is a challenge that we launched and never really followed up on.
Oh, I must have not been active doing work things when this happened.
We will do this eventually, but maybe with all the things coming up,
Yeah.
let's head for next year.
Diana also helped us say hit the bell icon in YouTube so that you don't miss any notifications for the next stream.
Yeah,
Thank
that
you,
would have helped
Diana.
me in Hydra earlier.
What?
Procrastinators unite tomorrow.
I'm saying the bell icon would have helped me in Hydra.
That's right.
I didn't post a notification about daylight savings time. It wouldn't really have helped.
Yeah.
So I'm
Oh,
making a
no.
mess here with like super glue and baking soda. I think I got more of it on my fingers than on the actual model.
Johnny
that's
Van
nice.
Cleve made the cardinal sin of sculpting.
Uh-oh.
He left a thumbprint by sculpting too much.
Oh, on
That's
the
what happens when you
carapace.
get excited.
Oh.
On the carapace, that's the worst. That's the worst
You
part.
can just get a thin skim of putty and put it over.
Says the expert sculptor who's like
I'm no
casually
expert, I'm just
sculpting
giving some shit here.
dominatrix.
Well,
Hydra's the
talking about
expert.
sculpting, I'm not sure how far we are on the.
Oh shit, we gotta do more. Like, should we go back to November? Hey, look, it's a November thing. How about this big chunky guy?
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Sure.
Yeah.
I love how chunky this dude is.
Yeah,
Who is this? Spartan 6?
Yeah, Spartan 6B312. It's the bulkiness of the Hive Tyrant, and I think he's
Oh, is it a
One-
Hive Tyrant or is it a Tyrant Guard?
the Tyranid Brutalis of the Hive Fleet. So he's used the Hive Tyrant as the basis for it.
Yeah.
He's nicked. I could definitely tell he's nicked the what's it called? Carnifex armor plate for what could be Scything Talons or just a shield.
Yeah.
So the Brutalists possibly are created using the combined genetic strain of the Tyrant and the Tyrant Guard, or even a Carnifex. Nevertheless, is proved forbidable bioform using its Slaughter Bone Sword,
Mm-hmm.
or Slaughter Bone Sword, to cleave its prey, and its Biothorn Flail to pulverize them, while its Scything Shield and
There you go.
Imperious Bioshield can also be used as a weapon to impale and slash its enemies.
That's smart. Making Scything Talons that are also a shield. I like that.
The one thing I like
Mhm.
is the way he's used the Zoanthrope head crest.
Yes,
So
combined with those,
think-
are those warrior armor plates on the side? Or oh no, those are from the
That's
Prime?
the Prime. Yeah.
Yeah,
but
that's a hell of a
it's-
head.
The way it's done is more of like it fits into it, because I see a few people when they use the Zoanthrope head, they just put the brain straight into the socket, and it just looks wrong to me. It doesn't look like there's any
Oh.
way that the mouth would go in to
Yep.
as a neck.
Yeah.
Because I do it the way I did my one. If I would redo it, I'd cut a bit out, make a proper neck joint to
Mhm.
it,
Yeah.
rather than have it just slot in.
Yeah.
But it's just the way I see most of them is just like, yeah, I'm gonna cut that bit out, have the neck bit in there, and it just doesn't
I'm
work.
right back.
Yeah, sure.
I think the way it's done here, because I think it's just been put on top of the the current Hive Tyrant head, but it just works and molds and flows into the head, into the carapace for the back.
Yeah, and like you don't need to slap the brain part in there. Like the Zoanthrope head is built in such a way that you just can take the armor plate on top. You can use it however you want.
Yeah.
So no
One
need
of
to
my
mess
favourite
around with the
bits
giant brain.
he's doing is always looking at a unprimed version, because you can actually see
Oh yeah.
where the work is done. So I know some people always love to show like, oh, I want to see everything painted, but I'm like,
No.
show me it unpainted so I can see what's been done to it.
Also, when I
Yeah.
post a whip and your first comment is, I can't wait to see it painted, might as well have not said anything. Might as well have
Yeah.
said, take this garbage, throw it out. Come back to me when it's painted. That's how you learn
It-
stuff, by seeing it unpainted.
Yeah. Because it's like with the giants and stuff, if you see someone's conversion painted, you're going to be like, okay, but how do they do it so I can replicate
Yeah,
it?
exactly.
Everything you need to know if you want to see it and want to do it yourself, which for me is a lot of the hobby of sharing your work, is showing
Yep.
people what you've done, show people how you've done it, where you've done the conversion, rather than here's it already painted up.
Yeah.
But there's not much really else to say for this one,
No, it's beautiful.
so I'm going to
He's
go
a
into
chunky
the next
boy.
one.
He's a chunky boy.
So I've got Lukewarm Reception, who
Oh,
has combined
yeah.
Mid-Vember with Kit Bashemba.
Hey, those are meant to be combined. They're one
Oh,
and the
that's what I'm
same.
saying. It's one of the first ones I've actually got on here that has combined the two.
God damn.
So I'm like really up for this one. Like, I think it's one of the
Oh, I
Cawdor
love the
models
candle.
It's isn't it Cawdor? Is that
Yeah,
what you
it's a
said?
Condor model.
with
Okay.
the Genestealer Cultist Reader Central head.
I dig the candles on the banner.
Yeah.
Be interested to does he ever specify how he did those?
Well, there's always one easy way to do it. How did you make the candles? There we go. Simple as that.
Boom.
Ask and you shall receive.
Um,
No,
I
wait,
got.
there's also a question there.
I just realized what time it is, and I feel like we've been chewing the fat for a while. We're having people over tonight, so I told Nora that I would be wrapping up the stream by 6 or 6:15. So can we skip over to the Tyranid thing from the rumor engine? Are you able
I
to
had
pull
two
that
more.
up, Flynn? Okay,
I
go
had
quick.
Hydra.
Hydra, yay! We just saw that in person. Woo!
And then obviously you're getting me to share something. I'm going to make a little bit of a joke. Protonid!
You little shit.
But that is the new
You
fan sculpt
little
version.
Shit. It's a new fan sculpt version?
Yeah. So remember I showed you guys in our chat a few weeks back. So this is the new one. I've got my hands on
Oh,
one of them.
when you sent us that post in our chat a few weeks back gloating about how you got that Protonid? Yeah, I remember that.
No, I was on about the green stuff. Someone doing a sculpt of a new version.
Oh,
of
so this was
of
after the
Protonid.
posts that you were gloating about how much you got that Protonid, right?
Yes, it has grown to my ever-glowing collection of Protonids.
I mean, because when
The
you changed your
third one.
username on Discord to be like, I got a Protonid and you don't, I mean, I noticed that. And that was a bit of a dick move, but yeah, go ahead.
No, it's just obviously it's because this one's actually readily available for a lot of people to go and buy, and I actually really like the way the sculpt's done.
You just have like a wine cellar, but it's all protonids. The protonid cellar.
That's Flynn. And he's sniffing all the fan sculpts, being like, well, this is very nice. For a fan sculpt!
This is the 2017 Protonid. I acquired this on eBay for the small price of £19.99.
That's
But,
where I acquire everything. It's a great place to do it.
if you wanted to compare to the original, I have a 1993 vintage Protonid.
As you
just
can
over here in
see,
this
the left
case.
arm on this custom sculpt is exactly 1.3 centimeters shorter than the official sculpt. Still very accurate, but a fine eye can pick up the difference.
What is that? You'd want to actually touch my Protonid? As if I would let a plebeian like you touch my Protonid.
You foolish fool. Foolish fool.
Yeah, I think we're done.
Enough making fun of British people.
Oh, I'm just making fun of Flynn.
Oh,
I'm
that's
Irish, so it's not even British.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
Okay. Cue leprechaun jokes.
Yeah. Are we going to the natural, are we?
All right. Thanks for bringing that up. So, hey, the reason you tuned into the stream, right? Is it a Tyranid? What do people
No,
think?
it's Pikachu.
Tell me, everyone say in the chat.
Jigglypuff when viewed from above.
Let us know in the chat if you think this is a Tyranid or not. Post your opinions now.
Are you actually asking this?
I am. This is called
After-
clickbait.
Okay.
This is how you get people to tune in for the stream. They come for the "is this a Tyranid" and they stay for
You
our
either
bullshit.
die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
What?
You're slowly becoming
Oh
Squid
no!
Monsters.
No! Don't do it. Okay, there you go. There you go. I see where you're going with that now.
It's the only model I think it could be if it was a Nid would be a gargoyle because of in some of the bits of the lore they have the hooked claws on the feet. That's
Oh,
the
but like,
only way it could be one.
but that would be a weird. Like, why would they redo the gargoyle? They just did it.
So if you look at the 4th edition gargoyles, they've actually got a hook claw onto them,
Yeah.
but the current plastic versions have the rear limb as part of the wing to attach it in.
Yeah.
So that's the only bit of it. I said, like, why would they redo that plastic kit if it's been recent?
True.
Yeah. So the only thing I can kind of see, I don't think this is what it is, but the only thing this slightly resembles to me is the rear arms on a gaunt.
Yes, it does look like
That's
the rear
the
arms.
only thing I can kind of see, but I don't think that's what it is.
But
Me,
for
the-
me, the joints, there's too many joints, and
Yeah.
that
on there.
talon, that hook. Oh no, it shouldn't be the other way. Also, there's no Tyranid limbs that have a hook that looks like that. Like,
I think yeah.
Go, Simon. Yeah.
I think the main giveaway to me is that when you look into the joints, Tyranids have those tube-like
ribbing.
structures there,
Yeah.
and when you look into the joints there, they're blank.
Yes. And as High Fleet Barghest captured it, or Barghest captured it, if it's a Tyranid, it shouldn't be.
Yeah. Unless they're completely revamping how Tyranids look in like some massive wave of models, but I doubt that's happening.
So Symbio Joe says nope. Daddy Gamble says too spinderly. Mama Negan says it's not a Tyranid. Darth Bob says no. Daddy Gamble says doubt. What else we got? I've never seen this rumor engine before. I don't think it's a Nid. Looks more like a Wood Elf bug thing from Brett Evans. Cody Kraus says nah. Symbio Joe says devil. Diana says possibly. Johnny's saying it's a drone from Blackstone Fortress. I feel like it's too organic to be that.
Yeah, I think it's probably Sylvaneth thing.
Yeah, Tactical D-Bag says not a Nid. Someone else said it could be a spider thing.
It could be Warcry too.
Yeah. Tom
I could
Wilson
see
says,
like a Warcry monster.
Yeah. Tom Wilson's saying it has the right amount of segments to be a Nid, but it looks too elegant to me. So I hope it isn't a Nid. Yeah, I get that. Oh, here you go. So Flynn's
That's
pulled
what I
up
meant.
the old gargoyles, the metal gargoyles.
That's
of
what I meant,
nightmares.
but that's the only thing it could be
Yeah.
similar to.
Yeah, which is also kind of similar to the Gaunt Arms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then if you look at
do
it
you
It's
here,
not quite there.
it's not got
Question
that. And then
to the hive mind here.
Yes, sir.
Do you think there's a limit of limbs, not limbs, but segments a Tyranid arm should have?
I think so.
base of arthropod, so there's 3 segments to each arm.
So are we stuck to that?
Are you asking for your own modeling purposes, or are you asking for this?
I'm asking for a friend.
I would say that if you gave a Tyranid limb more than 3 sections, the only way it would work for me is if it was like a spider limb. I don't know why I'm saying that, but that's how it
I'm trying to
feels.
think if there's any examples of any Tyranids that have that.
Yeah, well, okay. So we don't have an
Tell us
example.
more. Tell us more, Simon.
Well, I'm just asking for my warrior concept that's running through my head,
Yeah.
and I think there's, why should they limit themselves to that amount of things? Because the warriors I did back in the days
The before times?
were designed for street fight.
Yeah. City
So
fight?
the city fight, yeah. So they try to keep a low profile as possible.
Yeah.
Because I never thought it should make sense that like they're so upright and
Yeah.
present so much of their body to be shot at.
Yeah.
So I had them hunched over and had their gun underslung under their body.
Nice.
And I want to incorporate that, but this has one massive like design flaw that these
Well, how do you get their arms in that
yeah
small space?
how do they straighten out their gun? Like they're always shooting sideways. Like the Tyranids have that problem already, that
Yeah.
they're always shooting sideways because they cannot like shoot forward
Mhm.
because their arms are too short. And I would say you could either solve that problem by making the different segments longer,
Yeah.
or by adding an additional segment.
I think longer segments is the better solution.
I was gonna say the only thing where I'd be okay with having an additional segment is if it was some kind of bioweapon thing. Like if you did like a whip, and instead of having it be like a big tentacle, it's just like a bunch of like, it's kind of like sections of an arm, but there's like many of them, so that it can be like a long whip.
Okay.
Like I feel like that would make sense for me. But so what if it was like in the design of the gun? Like it's not like you're just adding another section to the arm, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? That the gun itself is like multi-sectioned or something?
Yeah.
Like think about so this was an idea I was coming up with when I was trying to come up with a Tyranid sniper rifle.
Yeah.
Extend the arm into the hand. So if you're just looking at the arm of a Tyranid, it has like, where the hell is a Tyranid arm? Here we go. It has, just say this is an arm. There's like this arm section, this section, and then like the other arm wait, no. Oh no, Tyranids only have 2 sections in their arms, right?
Arms have 2 sections. The
And
legs.
then they've got the hand sticking off the end. But with a hand, you can add 2 additional sections, because you have like the palm area or whatever could be 1 section, and then the fingers actually could add 3 more sections, because you could have the palm area be 1 section. God, I wish I knew finger parts. And then like each part of the finger could be another section. So that might be a way to play with it.
Basically sheeting.
No, I'm just trying to think of a way that it could evolve to do what you want.
Well, the question is, why would Tyranids stick to this design if it has flaws?
I don't have an answer for you. Because I'm a stick in the mud.
Tom Wilson goes, it's a design studio rule. That's why.
Yeah.
Not a fan rule, design studio.
But they've broken the rules before. Like there used to be the whole, they always have the 5 plates on the head, but then the Hierodule broke that.
It did?
Mm-hmm. Hierodule doesn't have 5 plates on its head, it's just one big flat plate.
Oh, right. Yeah, but that's Forge World. I feel like that doesn't necessarily... You're right that it should have them, but I feel like Forge World kind of plays its own ballgame.
I think, I don't know. It makes Tyranids look so human.
Ah.
And they have the same structure around their arms.
Yeah.
And their legs are basically like animal legs, like that of a horse.
Yes. Well,
but why would they stick with that design if a different design would bring different benefits?
Well, then
I
just
would
do
say
it.
from a modeling perspective, it's so Games Workshop can sell a line of models that all make sense conducively as a, one army. But I think from a modeling hobbyist perspective, I mean, just look at Craftsman Jono's stuff. It's all like non-standard Tyranid stuff, but it's still, I look at it and I'm like, that's just a really creepy Tyranid, even though they have like human faces and stuff. So I think do whatever you think looks cool.
Yeah. You've earned the right, man.
Yeah. At this point, I don't think anybody's gonna question you.
Thank you. Too kind.
All right, I think I have to call this soon because I got to go help prepare for our guests. But this has actually been really fun, even though we've been kind of all over the map, talking some shit. I hope that you've all had a good time.
I don't have...
What?
I don't have time tomorrow night to finish those minions.
Well, you can just keep working on them tonight. That's fine. You don't have to stop working because we're not streaming.
Yeah, because your clocks are off.
Yeah, you already got your hour back. We're still waiting to get our hour back. Darth Bob, I've broken from the pattern that we set with Hell, but I think I really like it. I took the harpy plates.
I'm excited.
And flipped them
That's all I
around.
can say.
And I feel like it's working for me.
Yeah, he's going to be Hell's husbando.
Nice. And initially I was gonna have the torso like that, like not with the head like that, obviously, but the torso like this. And I'm like, no, I like it better like with this stuff kind of curving to the front. I think it makes more sense.
Oh, did you maybe want to address the wings? Because everybody was like on Instagram talking about The wings being like a feathered flying tyrant or flying Tyranid.
So yeah, in the verse from the Bible or whatever, it talks about how the red dragon. Do you have it to hand? Do you know what we're talking about?
Yeah, so like, yeah, it's like so. There's a woman clothed in the sun. If you've ever seen the old artwork, by I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but
oh,
it's
it's
the
Blake, isn't it? William Blake
yeah
or
Blake,
something Blake?
yeah William Blake, the Great Red Dragon and the woman clothed in the sun. There's a woman in a long yellow dress, and the dragon is standing over her. And in the Book of Revelation, she's kind of well, different biblical scholars argue what she's meant to represent, but the common theory is she's meant to represent the church, and she is pregnant with the Messiah, and the great red dragon is a symbol of the devil, and he's standing over her ready to devour her child. So the idea for the wings and stuff was to use this statue of Celestine, and she's going to represent the woman clothed in the sun as kind of a basing element, and also to kind of tie in with the theme that the model's based on.
There you go. So as much as people want me to see me make horrible Tyranid killer pigeons, it's not going to happen. The wings are not for the model. The wings are for the base. But
yes,
oh well, so sad. But yeah, to try and capture like the dragon vibe without making it a winged creature, like we thought about having like kind of growths on the shoulders that fire out these like kind of like bio javelins, but they kind of look kind of wingish, but it's not gonna have wings.
It would look kind of silly with it being such a big bulky creature.
Yeah, it'd be too chunky. But you know what could lift it off the ground? A bio jetpack. My solution for everything. Any flying Tyranid, you need to get something awkward off the ground, give it a bio jetpack.
And the great red dragon took off with its bio jetpack.
Yes, exactly, with its fart propulsion levitation thing.
Well, if I may ask, why did you pick that very line? Do you have any?
Well, the Book of Revelation to me, I'm a big fan of the book Red Dragon. I don't know if you've ever read it. It's a prequel to Silence of the Lambs.
Yep.
And
I think I saw the movie, but
yeah, the movie with Ray Fiennes and what's his name, Edward Norton. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've always been a big fan of William Blake's artwork, and I've always been a big fan of biblical mythology.
Okay.
And the red dragon, to me, being this kind of apocalyptic representation of, evil, to me was kind of something I always wanted to see adapted into kind of like a Tyranid beast. So,
Okay.
and seeing Hell's silhouette, I was like, that silhouette looks like it would be really cool as like a big monstrous Carnifex type thing.
Nice.
And it was just kind of spitballing back and forth with Mr. Pink that we kind of came up with, how do we make a 7-headed Tyranid that doesn't look, stupid because it has 7 heads.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always wanted to make a Hydra.
Of course. Right there in the
Tyranid
name.
Hydra. But yeah, never came around because I was stuck with the same problem. How do you make something look cool with 7 heads?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, the Ripper tentacles are going to represent the other 6 heads, and then the core head will be with the crown with 10 horns. Will kind of represent the line about the heads having crowns. And I think we kind of decided on the design of the Ripper tendrils, they're almost going to look like the weird worm things from Peter
King
Jackson's King Kong.
Yes.
Where they've got like they've got that kind of crown of teeth in kind of a circular pattern. So that'll also kind of emulate how the heads are supposed to have crowns.
Nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be gross. Can't wait.
Gross.
All right. So I
Cool.
should call this before Nora comes in and clocks me upside the head. Thank you all for... Oh, Dragon from Thor Ragnarok. I should go look that up. I haven't actually seen that one. Is that the shitty one with the Dark Elves?
No, that's the second one.
Oh, wait. Ragnarok's the fun one where he's with, like, Hulk and shit?
Yeah.
Oh, I did see that. I don't
It's
remember the
okay.
dragon.
There isn't a dragon.
Is there?
Oh,
No.
well, Johnny was
Did they
saying,
mean-
like, dragon from Thor Ragnarok.
They've got the giant wolf of Fenrir.
Yeah.
You've got Surtur, which is the demon.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, unless there's a dragon at the very beginning.
Is it?
Oh yeah, when he goes to Muspelheim, it's very brief. It's like it's not a big
Up
like he's
and
not in it
outside.
for very long.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I gotta run. But thank you all so much. Darth Bob, thanks for joining us for the
Yeah,
stream.
thanks for having me.
Flynn, thanks for running the show on the images and all that stuff. I really appreciate that. Simon, it's so good to see you doing Gene Stealer cult Tyranid stuff again. I'm so excited for this cult.
Thanks.
So thanks for sharing those, boys. Your webcam's going crazy, eh? I don't know what's up with it, but we're about to turn this down anyway. But just warned you.
Yeah, she's old.
She needs to sleep.
She's
sorry.
doing her best.
Well, Chris Wallace, if you just got here, we recorded the whole thing, so you can go back and watch it. And AJ Arts,
Yeah,
yes,
like
if you're
and
still here. So,
subscribe.
what?
Like and subscribe.
Yes, please like and subscribe. AJ
And
Arts,
hit
we
the
did
bell.
answer your question earlier, probably about half an hour back, I think, maybe a little more. Sorry that we didn't get to it while you were here, but it is in the recording, so you can check that out. And yeah,
Next
this has
time
been
we
fun.
do some Fimo sculpting, right?
Oh shit, we need advice on Fimo sculpting. Oh, I forgot about that. Do you want to say it now quickly, or is it not a quick thing?
Well, I don't know the exact question, but
The
I
question
would
was,
basic-
does Hydra have any tips for sculpting or working with Fimo?
Oh, well, you can treat it almost like green stuff. Use the tools you would use for sculpting with green stuff,
Mhm.
like rubber tip tools work great, but you need to have Fimo Soft for that.
Okay.
Fimo Soft is to me the key.
Yep.
The other Fimo, like Fimo Professional and all that, that's really strong, sturdy, and hard stuff.
Yeah.
And Fimo Soft comes close to green stuff in almost all regards. And I think the crucial thing about sculpting is lubricate your tools.
Yep.
And yeah, you can either lubricate your tool while sculpting with Fimo with either alcohol or like our good old friend Nivea works fine as well.
And definitely not spit. Don't be gross.
You could do that, but that would be gross.
Then I wouldn't talk to you anymore.
But no one will ever know. Unless you're sculpting with other people.
I'm just picturing someone licking their sculpting tool the way that people lick their brush, and I'm like, oh.
I'm guilty of that.
I like to give it
Unfortunately.
a nice point. It's made of silicone. I
true.
like to lick it anyway. It puts the saliva on its brush. Okay, this is getting gross.
If
All
you
right.
want to sculpt something
I think
quick
that's the
and you
sign to
don't
end the
have,
stream.
I think it's the sign to end the stream. Thank you all so much for putting up with my madness. And thank you all for contributing comments and questions and everything. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell so you get notifications and stuff. And we'll see you here next week. And it will actually be at the right time. I'm sorry that this week it was early for anyone outside of North America, but we'll be back to the normal time next week.
nice.
All right, thanks, gentlemen.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Okay, just waiting for the stream to catch up.